Going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's payday for a lot of us, and let's make it payday in DFS. Welcome to RotoPros Friday night NBA evening rundown with Josh and Justin. RotoPros.com. We have a new price structure and a new trial structure as well. We used to be a month, but we're down to 7 days for free because the product and the team are getting that much tighter and that much better. So welcome. How we doing, Justin?
Doing good. Just looking over the slate, and there's like tons of great spots. Fairly good, some okay value, some good high price guys you might want to look at to put in your lineups. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for tonight's slate, and I'm definitely going to be watching a lot of the games.
Yeah, last night was good. It was just like, it was whetting our appetites back from the slate. Everybody was happy. Everyone was excited. Nice 6 games, good for a Thursday. But we're digging in today on Friday. So let's start with point guards. On DraftKings, obviously Russell Westbrook is my top play. He's a little pricey. The matchup isn't bad like it used to be when Utah came to town. So I'm not worried about that. But I think Russ is kind of priced perfectly for where he'll perform tonight. Luka Doncic was one of my favorite plays, but news came in that he's dealing with an ankle injury that he must have picked up over the All-Star break. I'm a big fan of Kemba Walker's tonight. He's more of a GPP play, though. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And I'll let you kind of start with the point guard position, and then I'll circle back after. But who are you looking at tonight on FanDuel?
Yeah, so I mean, there's some interesting spots here. I really like, Westbrook is okay. Like, I don't mind him. He's pricey. He's one of the studs, so he's gonna be up there. I'll just kind of go down the list of the guys that I've been targeting. Someone so Kyle Lowry is the guy I like. He's 8,000 on FanDuel. Another guy that I think you could pivot off of, who's been playing a stellar game lately, and even after before the break, is Trae Young. He is 8,400 on FanDuel, but he's been averaging like 40, 45, 50 FanDuel points in the past week or two before the All-Star break. So I like Trae Young in the matchup versus Detroit. I also like Reggie Jackson in that game on the other side. He's only 5,700, and he's one of those more consistent guys that'll, he won't get you that 50, 55 point game, but he usually can get you that 30, 35 points, and you're set. So yeah, and going down, I kind of like as a pivot versus the Clippers, Mike Conley, especially with the injuries. I think he's going to soak up some usage if all goes how it's looking tonight. Another one is Derrick Rose. He's going to be in the Garden tonight versus New York. And there's some narrative there, but he's only 5,600. And I mean, it looks like the Minnesota guards are looking healthier, so we'll see how they spread that out. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned Kemba. He's 10,000 on FanDuel. It's a little pricey to me, but it's Kemba. Like, he had like a 65-point game last time he played Washington. So, but yeah, those are really the guys. I mean, if you need kind of a value point, I don't mind DJ Augustin. For only 4,400, he's one of those guys that can get you 35, 40 points if he has a good night.
Yeah, I agree with most of what you said there. Honestly, I'm definitely on Kemba too, so it's nice to hear you say that. I guess going down the list here, cheaper wise, DeLon Wright, being on Memphis now, is someone that I think is some decent value down to 3,700 on DraftKings. Derrick Rose, I'm not as high on as you are with Teague back. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I mean, we'll see if Towns is out because he got into a car accident yesterday.
Right.
I think that makes a lot of sense. He'll be. What are they doing? Are they running DeLon Wright at the 2, or is he like the backup point guard, or what?
For Memphis?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, before the break, I'm pretty sure Avery Bradley was getting a start.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm looking at some simulations that really like him right now. I'm curious why. I mean, I guess he puts up good. He runs the bench, like. He's run
right.
in unit, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really target that, but they probably will get blown out by the Clippers. So DeLon Wright kind of is intriguing to me. He's standing out. He's someone whose simulations are pointing out to me, so keep that in mind. I do like Kyle Lowry. We didn't mention him. I think a lot of the focus will be on DeRozan tonight because of the revenge game. We'll get to that. I don't think it's going to be quite the same as when he just dominated in San Antonio. It's a little different when you have the whole crowd like supporting you versus Toronto, where, I mean, they don't hate him, but they're probably going to root against him. They're not going to be like, rooting for him to destroy their team. So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, he put a lot of good years in. I mean, it was funny. One of the sites posted like,
why? Like, he's their new guy. Like, he's the one who's
well, they posted, this site posted earlier, like, is there over under of 2.5 minutes of cheering for DeRozan tonight? Like, yeah, I think
but I just don't think he's going to dominate like the angry way he did in San Antonio. I don't know. We'll see. I could be wrong. He's still too cheap though.
Right. He's very cheap. I do like him. Yeah, and I like Kyle Lowry from that game though a lot too. What's his price on DK?
I'm not gonna have 100% DeRozan, but I'll have him like in some for sure.
What's Lowry's price on DK?
Who? Lowry is 72.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Same as DeRozan, honestly.
Yeah,
I kind of like them in the same stack.
That would be pretty good.
They're gonna ball against each other tonight.
Yeah, for that price.
Darren Collison's another guy who's standing out to me. I like him tonight. We'll see. The matchup's good with New Orleans. New Orleans just sucks now. They're going to be resting, not entirely, but like they're going to be easing up on Drew Holiday's minutes as well as Anthony Davis. So, there's going to be a lot of scrubby time out there for against New Orleans for the second half of the season.
All
right, cool. Moving over to shooting guard, Bradley Beal. Why don't you start us out, and I'll pitch in after.
Yeah, I mean, we got, all the guys. We got Bradley Beal, Lou Williams, DeRozan, Levine. Like, those are your mid-higher tier guys.
Yeah.
Huh?
The usual suspects.
Yeah, right. So Bradley Beal, he's 9,400. He's kind of been. It's interesting to see what Washington's done without a Wall in. Like just all the injuries and with Howard. Just all the people they have. Everyone's been stepping up. Especially with Otto Porter being traded and like all this stuff. Like everyone's kind of like Satoransky. He was a guy that would get you like 18 to 20 points if you're lucky, like 15 to 20 points.
Yeah, I like writing him up and like making fun of him defensively. But he's good.
I know it's like. But he's getting like 35, 40 fantasy points, and it's not fully consistent, but, like they've been good. So Beal actually has the floor, to open up for himself when he's playing well, he's doing really good. So I don't mind Beal if you're paying up. DeRozan, I think, is in an elite cash spot tonight. He's only 7,900 on FanDuel. He is, let's see.
He's only 7,200 on DraftKings.
Yeah, on DraftKings. So, he's a great cash play. You can put him in GPPs, just know he's going to be higher owned. I like Zach LaVine. He's more of a GPP play, but I do like him for 7,800. So then there's kind of a gap for me in the salaries wise here when it comes to just people. The next I like Avery Bradley. He's 4,700. So, he's going against his former team. He's averaging like 18 points, like 4 rebounds and 5 assists in his 3 games with Memphis. And he's like not the guy that you think to do that, but he's been doing pretty good playing with them. And the Clippers aren't greatest versus the position. So I don't mind Avery Bradley. There's also Wes Matthews tonight. He's cheaper. He's 4,300. I don't mind him or Wade Ellington. He's 4,500 versus Atlanta, with Detroit, the new players. So, I like some of those cheaper guys too to, kind of fill out your lineup.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sorry,
with Detroit, the new players. So, I like some of those.
Oh, that's you. You're on. I accidentally entered into our video because I was reading. A customer was asking me what the gambling addiction hotline was. I don't know. Is that are you asking me what it literally is? Or are you asking what the number for it is, bro? I don't know if we'll talk about that offline. Anyway. Shooting guards on DraftKings. Bradley Beal is one of my top guys. He's a little pricey, but I like it could be a sneaky shootout against Charlotte. Donovan Mitchell too. I think he'll go under the radar. That's it. Another sneaky shootout. DeMar DeRozan is going to be the heavily owned narrative of the night. Jeremy Lamb's getting up there in price. I'll take a look at Atlanta because Kent Bazemore and Bembry, like we'll see what the situation is there with who starts, but they're both very cheap. And they look like good plays for their price as well. We mentioned DeLon Wright. I don't think that's like someone you're stuffing in your lineup, but he could be a last spot to fill in at 3,700. Small forward. For me, obviously, Paul George is the top play. Like he's expensive though, so he's not someone I'm stuffing in there. I'll have a little bit of exposure. I think he's had some big games against Utah this year. If Doncic is in, I like him. I think Kawhi could be sneaky. We could see him have a little bit of the revenge vibe that DeRozan had in San Antonio now that Kawhi's home and healthy and rested. So it's possible if you're a fan of narratives. Aaron Gordon, I think, is too cheap on DraftKings at 6,600 with a pretty easy matchup against the Bulls. And then again, we mentioned Bazemore and Bembry. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. That's a lot of options. What about you for FanDuel?
Yeah, I've got a pretty small list on small forward for FanDuel. It's not one of my favorites position-wise. PG-13, he's 11,800. That's pretty high. And, Utah's defense against the three is pretty, can be pretty stout. Kawhi's revenge narrative, but it's also, Kawhi just hasn't been super consistent this year. And he's 9,500, so But more of the guys I like are down in the 5-6K range. I like Trevor Ariza tonight versus Charlotte. He's 6,800. He's been, playing a lot more consistently. I really like Otto Porter versus Orlando. He just put his last game before the break was a 53-point, fantasy game. So he definitely has the upside there at only 6,700.
Basically,
and really the last.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's his team, but not really.
Right.
It kind of. I mean, he's got all the freedom he wants to pull.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, other than Markkanen, there's not really anyone showing him, showing what's up. But then I also, the last guy I really like is from the former team is Jabari Parker. He's 5,600, but Charlotte, I think that's going to be a sneaky game to have a couple guys in the Charlotte versus Washington game.
He was never on Charlotte.
No, former team from Chicago. We were talking about Porter.
Oh, okay.
So sorry.
All right, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, all right, cool. Moving over to power forward. We mentioned George and Kawhi. Yeah, sure. Again, I'm not stuffing them in, but if they're, you want some studs in there, they're probably the top two. Sabonis is someone who's like flying off the charts right now. He's a starter. What is Miles Turner out? I'm assuming, right? For him or what's going on? Why is Sabonis very highly ranked?
I didn't see news on Miles Turner.
Well, Sabonis is very absurdly highly ranked right now, so I'm assuming Turner. Yeah, Turner must be out. I mean, let's hold this up just to be sure, but because obviously, if that's the case and Sabonis is starting, then yeah.
Yeah, if he's starting, that would.
Turner's out. He's out.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't even see that. That's funny.
Quinn will probably get the start, but
Thanks, Harris.
What he said.
Quinn starting?
Oh.
He said Turner's out and Quinn starting.
Yeah, that's what it says on DraftKings. Yep. So,
we've some good news.
Or I'm not just stuffing Kyle O'Quinn in because he's starting. Because if anything, I don't know. We'll see. Kyle O'Quinn's probably pretty safe for cash now, but I like Sabonis a lot. It'll be his bench to run with. So, and he'll probably get increased usage too, for sure. If it's blowout proof and if it's a good game, they'll need him. So I like Sabonis a lot tonight. It's probably one of the top plays on the slate for power forward or center. Spicy P, Siakam, Pascal Siakam's my boy. Bobby Portis is really playing his way into all formats right now. Blake Griffin's a little pricey, but he should have a field day against the Hawks. And then I'm looking at forwards. Yeah, but yeah, that pretty much does it for power forward. If you
I like
cheap, I like Millsap for that price. Luke Cornett.
Yeah, I like this position on FanDuel from all aspects. There's some cheap guys, with it depends on the injury news we get from Memphis, but Ivan Rabb, at only 3,800, might get the start again. Taj Gibson at 3,800 is not a bad punt, especially if Karl Anthony Towns is out tonight. So I don't mind him. Dario Saric, 5,200. He's especially like I said with Karl Anthony Towns, if he's out, then Dario Saric I think it gets a bump. But Blake Griffin, I think he would be a good GPP play versus Atlanta. He's 9,200. With Miles Turner out, I don't mind Julius Randle for 7,800. I think ever since Oladipo went down, the defense for Indianapolis just isn't
much less efficient.
Right. So I don't mind Randall. Especially I don't think he's going to get too much of a minutes cut. But yeah, so I like Randall, and then the last two guys I have on my list are Aaron Gordon at 7,400 and Bobby Portis at 6,700.
Yep.
Yeah, those are all guys with good projections generally.
Those two, I mean, I like Bobby Portis, and then moving over to center, like I like Sabonis. Like those are probably going to be my center power forward combo tonight. Someone like Cody Zeller is safe for cash. Carl Towns was a really good play, but he got into the car accident yesterday. He should be fine, but keep an eye on that. We'll see. He may not play tonight. Maybe he's concussed. Who knows? I have no idea. Jokic is someone who I like, but we'll see what happens if Doncic is out. Denver will probably win that game. I don't know. We'll see. Jokic is a good play, but Millsap's back, so the usage won't be as high, and they're pretty healthy now coming out of the break. Drummond.
But it is Dallas.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, but it is Dallas, though. They're not too good against bigs.
Yeah, they're pretty gutted right now, especially if Doncic. They're waiting for next season. But yeah, totally. And Denver's really good too when they're healthy, especially. So that's probably, if I was a gambling man, I would bet Denver to win. Drummond I like, but I wouldn't pair him with Griffin in the same lineup because it limits their upside. Sabonis will be in a lot of my lineups tonight. Spicy P, Pascal Siakam, Bobby Portis, and then you mentioned Ivan Rabb. Mitchell Robinson on the Knicks he's not getting starters minutes or anything, but he's a nice little like GPP guy. If you want to like maybe go with him over Fournette tonight, he's a little more expensive, but he gets a ton of blocks and steals, so those are good stats to get a lot of on DraftKings.
Yeah, so I like those guys. I'm a little higher on someone that you're on is Drummond. I like Drummond a lot for 10-9 versus Atlanta. I mean, he's been dominating, and he's really been getting tons of rebounds, tons of points, and I like Drummond, especially versus Atlanta. They can't guard good bigs. So I like him, but if you want to pivot off of him, I would play Jokic for GPPs because he's the highest priced center, but only $100 difference from Drummond. But I do like Drummond. Another guy that I do like for a little bit more of a discount from them is Nikola Vucevic. Vucevic is 10,000, but he in this matchup last time he put up like 55 fantasy points, and he has the good matchup. It's the pace should be good, and I think this is perfect opportunity for him to start dropping those threes and getting those blocks and steals and all that fun stuff that Vooch does. And then the little bit cheaper guys, I don't really have too many on the center list because I think I'm paying up at center tonight, but a little bit cheaper guys, I like Zeller for 6,400, as you mentioned. And then the last guy that I do like that that worries me with Mitchell Robinson is DeAndre Jordan. I do like him on the Knicks versus Minnesota tonight, especially without Cat. I think Jordan is in one of those positions.
We don't know that yet.
I said if Cat's out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, if Cat's out, then I like DeAndre Jordan. If he's in, I still don't mind him for cash, but not super high ceiling, I don't think tonight. But yeah, I mean, those are the main guys I'm focusing on. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird to see, what all the moves the Knicks made, how they're really like, you still can't trust the team, who you're playing.
Fizdale's like having a joke with DFS.
Right.
All right, cool. That's it for me. I don't have any more. Or I guess no. It's. I mean, you want to give him a lock, or plays?
Yeah. Let's see. What position should we give a lock from? I mean, I'm locking in Andre Drummond tonight on FanDuel for he's 10-9. I say 60 fantasy points is happening.
Andre Drummond 60. Wow. I mean, that's a good. What did Giannis end up with last night? I mean, he had a good night.
50, yeah, he didn't have a 75. He had 59.1. Oh. Almost 60.
All right, so let me think here for a second. I just got rid of my player pool. I'm not going to give a player, but I'm going to give a prediction, and that is that Kyle Lowry outscores DeMar DeRozan tonight in DraftKings points.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're same price, so I like that call.
Same price, you know, point guard, shooting guard, small forwards. You can play with it. You can play with that info. But all right, thank you guys again. RotoPros.com. We have a free trial. We got a good staff and a good community, and we just are, you know, we're not looking for any bad vibes. We just want to play DFS and educate people and have fun along the way. So free trial. Sign up for a week, 7-day free trial, and if you don't like it, you cancel. So there's really nothing to lose. Thanks. Have a good night.